Is it possible to make a full-time income on Etsy with consumable products? Yes, absolutely. In today's interview, you are going to meet two of my students, Jessica and Eduardo Haas, and they have created a business based on consumable products that is providing them a full-time income. And this is all within a year of working with me. They are immigrants to the United States, and they went from the restaurant business to full-time Etsy sellers, where they are now helping people all over the world with their products. And they're doing this all with about 60 listings, which is amazing. If you would ever consider selling consumable products inside your Etsy shop, I would love to hear. So leave a comment below and let me know if you would consider selling consumable products in your Etsy shop. This is Jessica and Eduardo Haas. Welcome, you guys.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
First, I'd love to just ask you guys about your background. Is your background e-commerce?
So no, we're new to this. We used to own restaurants.
Yes, we've always been part of the restaurant industry till we got a little fed up with the industry itself.
Because of the food industry or the restaurant industry, I got sick. The stress levels we used to have were just insane. I had just had my son, so I was a new mother, business owner, managing a restaurant with over 35 employees. I literally physically got sick. So that's when everything began.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes our body says stop. So you got sick, and then are you kind of blending the teas kind of on the side at this time, or how did that even start?
Because I got sick, I told my husband one day, we have to sell. We have to stop this because I'm going to die. My heart would be up to 240 beats per minute when it's usually between 60 and 100. When we sold the restaurant, what do I do with my life? So I decided to stop and just started healing. Went back to my yoga routine and I went back to school. Came this amazing science called Ayurveda, which is the oldest science of natural healing from India. I started learning how to combine herbs. We're both from Mexico. Growing up in Mexico, it's kind of natural to heal yourself with herbs. When I was little, my grandmother would give me chamomile tea for a stomachache. So when I started learning about Asian herbology, I started blending herbs and they were actually helping me. One day I tell my husband, I think I'm ready. Let's start a tea business. When we create our blends, we have to think, first of all, of the functionality of it, but also we have to incorporate herbs and flowers and spices and fruit that make the blend taste delicious.
We have Etsy sellers in our program who sell everything you can imagine. But the things that are either scented like candles or taste, right? That's really hard to communicate on Etsy. How do you communicate taste? And how do you create that trust that it's not going to be gross,
That is obviously the biggest challenge for us. What has helped a lot is, first of all, the coaching has been amazing because I think it starts from the visual. If you have a nice image, a photo, a picture speaks 1,000 words. And even though you still cannot fully describe the smell and the taste, the imagination is powerful. And it's all about how you put things, how you word things, your descriptions. You have to gain the trust of people. And the way for us, we're very transparent, and there are certain herbs that most people are familiar with, can already imagine how it tastes like, but there are certain herbs they've never heard of, for example.
When we started this, we used to go to all the farm markets and we were there all day and we would give them a taste of our tea and they could smell it. We hit e-commerce. Every purchase, we give out samples for people to try out our different teas.
That's a great idea. The samples, right? And even offering a sample pack or something where people can test all of them one time. I think another thing you guys do well is how professional you show your product, because when it's a consumable item, people want to know, okay, this is coming from a clean space and it's safe. The idea of you could be blending teas and you could put it in a little Ziploc bag and it looks like something that it shouldn't, You have to be so professional about it. And I think the way you tell your story and show your process, I think that really helps create that know, and trust factor. When you're thinking about getting traction on Etsy, because how long have you been on Etsy?
Maybe less than a year.
Yeah. Tell everyone a little bit about, what it took to get traction and then what things are like for you right now.
Well, I have to say that we've been in Etsy for a year, but we started with you less than a year. We were about to give up. I mean, we just didn't even know where to start. When we started your course, we had an aha moment. We started changing our photos, our description, our SEO. This is what really stuck with me from day one when I first heard this from you. Don't give up because your competition will. Don't give up. And there were many days when I was like, I'm done. Like, this is it. And then my husband would be like, remember what Dylan said? Don't give up. Don't give up. So because of that mentality, we stuck with it and we're like, okay, fine. Like we're having a bad day or we haven't sold anything in over 2 weeks. Like we're not giving up. So you gave us a few things to do and to change. This is what you said. Why don't you start adding like a gift box? So we sell loose leaf tea, we sell tea bags, but we didn't have a gift box, like a tea sampler gift box. And it never occurred to me. You also suggested, why don't you start selling some other stuff like the strainer or this or that? And, you know, my mind was so focused. Like I couldn't see like the big picture.
And we started putting together a tea gift sampler box kind of thing where you could sample out a few of our teas. That has become probably like our biggest seller right now. It is our
biggest seller. December, we couldn't keep up.
That's great. And so for you, you know, Etsy is definitely a big part of your business. And I'm sure, you know, it sounds like expanding beyond is also a part of that. There are other people who feel stuck and who have that moment that you had. And they're like, I can't keep doing this. I'm just going to shut the shop down, or I'm going to give up. I'm done. What advice would you have for them in that moment?
Yes, it definitely hasn't been easy. Like we said, since we were coming from the restaurant industry and then right in the middle of when COVID hit. So that pretty much turned everything upside down for us. Just perseverance, I guess. I guess it sounds a little cliche, but there were times where we just wanted to give up, like, oh, this is not working, this and that. We had it in our back of the mind, say, if this doesn't work, you know, we'll go back to corporate America and we'll keep this as a side hobby, you know, and see if it launches from there.
Doesn't matter how hard or how much you try, you're not going to go anywhere because same actions, what is the saying? Same results.
Yeah.
So for us, game changer was not only not to give up, but being pointed into the right direction, because I could have just said, okay, I'm not going to give up. But I didn't have the right images. I didn't have the right SEO. I didn't have the right selection of products. So maybe you don't give up, but if you don't have the right guidance, you're not going to really get much farther.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're right. Yeah, if you do the wrong things for a longer time, it doesn't make them work.
Actually going to be worse because you're going to lose money. You know, it's always an investment, right? Like, you know, we said, okay, this is our marketing investment. This is it.
I'm so glad. And you've had the success now. Sounds like Q4 was pretty good for you guys. How has it changed your life?
For me, it has changed my life completely because I feel very passionate about what I do. Not only we are selling a product that we believe in. I honestly believe that I'm helping people. I've gotten so many reviews where people are grateful for the blends. And I am putting my grain of sand, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you could just be, you know, consuming these yourself, you know, having the benefits for yourselves, but now you're able to help so many people, you know, outside of just your small community, you know, like a restaurant that's very local, which is amazing. Like what an impact you can make in people's lives. You touched on this earlier, but you're both immigrants, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about, you know, the obstacles you faced starting a business in the US as an immigrant.
From my perspective, I am beyond grateful to this country because we're living the American dream. Period. I have to say that it's been challenging, you know, first of all, you know, being an immigrant. Yes. Speaking a different language, not having an American accent has sometimes been challenging. Being a woman sometimes in certain sectors has been very challenging. To give you an example. So, you know, I tell my husband, we're going to go to this meeting, right, with these people. You are going to do all the talking because I am sure they're not going to even look at me. And it's happened so many times. We go to a few meetings with certain sectors. Like they won't even look at me. They just look at my husband and they talk. And then sometimes there's certain things my husband doesn't know the answer to because I'm the one who like understand about herbs and this. And he just looks at me like, can you talk? Can you answer? So That is challenging, but I think it makes us work harder. As an immigrant, you have to understand what kind of permits you have to sell, to manufacture food. You have to understand about your taxes. Like, ignorance is not an excuse.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that this is like the land of opportunity. It takes a lot of resourcefulness. You can go on YouTube, even start with the free things, right? You can piece things together. It might take a little bit longer, but the opportunity is there for people who are willing to work, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. When we started, we're like, okay, we saw millions of YouTube videos, right? And they would give us some good tips here and there until we decided we needed to give the next step on the video lane, and that's where you came in.
Yeah. And what does the future of your business look like and your family?
Right now, we are in the process of putting our blends, our teas, some of our products into brick and mortar stores. Basically, just keep growing our business, bringing in more sales, more results.
The way I see the future, e-commerce is the way to go. We've seen results from e-commerce more so than from brick and mortar stores. Someone in Europe can have access to our teas thanks to e-commerce, right? We have people from all over the USA who can access our blends because of e-commerce. We want to be in both markets, obviously, but I think e-commerce is the way to go. And by the way, I have to say that we've tried other platforms, and honestly, I haven't been satisfied. I am very grateful to Etsy. We love it. It's so simple. We love it. Hopefully, we can grow our company to where we can have employees. We want our blends to be in a lot of households. We want our blends to help people with certain imbalances. We obviously want to make money. I know some people are afraid of saying that. I'm not. There's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with becoming a millionaire. I know a lot of people have like cliches about money, and they have a lot of trauma. They want to make money, but yet they don't think they deserve it. I think we deserve it. We've been working really hard. And not only I want to make money because, we need to make money, but money is a vehicle that allows us to help ourselves, our families, the community. I would love to create educational programs for people, like free programs for people to understand about herbology, to understand about natural medicine. You can have freedom when you have money, right? I think this is just the beginning.
Yes. And I mean, with your type of product, yes, there's Etsy, but there's also things like, what if you got into Whole Foods? This is definitely the start. And I love that you are wanting to give back with the education part too, and show people like, okay, this is how this can help you. And this is what problem we are solving. People who are getting started on Etsy, they're like, what do I sell? How can you help someone, save time, make money, solve a pain point for them? You're doing that in many ways because ultimately quality of life, if someone's just not feeling good or not feeling right, that takes a lot of time that they could be enjoying life, and time is money. So if people are wanting to, first of all, test out your tea blends, what is the one thing that you think they should try?
We have a lot of blends that I love. However, I would suggest our digestion balance blend. I think most people, probably 99% of people, have poor digestion. I think we all do, right? Our lifestyle, our diet put a strain on our digestive system. But that would be the blend that I would suggest.
Okay. Thank you for joining me, you guys. I'm so proud of you. We'll point everyone your direction. And then I'd love to catch up, 6 months, a year from now, where you've grown to. I think that would be really special.
Thank you so much. And namaste.
Namaste. I hope you were inspired by this interview with Jessica and Eduardo. They continue to persevere and push forward with their American dream. And it's a testament to show you what can happen if you don't give up. Definitely make sure to check out their shop and experience the amazing benefits of their tea blends. And if you would like to continue to see more of these videos with Etsy sellers who've become very successful, please subscribe to the channel because I have more of these videos coming out just for you. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.
The month before I started the program, I made $696. The first month after joining the coaching program, I made $4,149, and that came from 133 orders in my Etsy shop.